There's always like enter. You enter the car. When you get to the station, you go explain yourself and all that. Hmm? Right. Greg, is that your name? Greg or Greg? Yeah, your observation may be right. Actually, no. Your observation is kind of like okay, but no, that is not the reason why. Okay, so usually, I mean, I don't want to be going into the details anyway, but the phone call part of the program, right, on its own, never really attracted the views or the viewers, right? So over the time, if you have been on Mayegun's Diary Political for a while, right, you will remember that we may have like, let's say on YouTube, we may have like 2,500 people watching, right? And then the moment I am like, yeah, so I will be back in a minute to take calls. And then you watch the old number drop because some people just wanted to listen to Mayegun and, you know, and I have to give it to a lot of you who actually really stayed for the full hours, okay? So that's why I said that your observation may not be completely out of place, but it's a very good observation, okay? But again, if you remember what I just said now, if you think of what I just said now, you see that most times when we're like, okay, let's now take calls tonight, and people will just, so if you do that with a small like number where you are like under 1,000, right? So imagine if I'm like, okay, now let's take calls, I'll be back in a minute. And from that, it just dropped down to 600 or 500. So that itself is not really motivating, you know? So that's why I always thank a lot of you, every one of you that always turn up, no matter the obstacle, as you know, where people don't receive notifications, okay? These are the factors, all right? Normally, what YouTube does is that, for example, right, if you have 100,000 subscribers like me, okay, that simply means that if YouTube wants everybody to see what I am doing, at least 60% of you will receive notification of anything Mayegun posts. Do you get that now? Like you will see the notification. Doesn't mean that you're going to go and watch it or open it, but you will see it. However, there is a chance that if like 60 to 70% of you received the notification that Mayegun is live, there's a chance that out of that 60, 70%, if 40% of you showed up, for example, during live, for example, 40% showed up to watch, that's going to be like somewhere around, like 30,000 people. Now, if you have 30,000 people that sees your clip, liked it, so that will also now multiply it by another, let's say another 3. What that would do is that you watching, because you watched and you liked, and you just passed on, maybe even if you only spend just 10 minutes watching Mayegun, and you just liked it. Now, you see that number of people that will come and kind of see it, like it, there are those who are going to now push it. So the algorithm, right, is this AI stuff, right? So the algorithm would then pick that activity up. Like, 40,000, 50,000 people actually click on Mayegun's Diary Political. So they will push it up. So suddenly, people will be seeing it in their recommendations. Even if you have not been watching Mayegun, you're just watching channels, or you just watch something like, the Arise or something. The moment that what you are watching finishes, right, or finished, Mayegun will pop up randomly like that. So what they have done right now in the last few months, and I'm not the only person affected. So at least let's be reminded, okay, I'm not the only person affected. So what they have done is that barely 5% of you receive notification that Mayegun posted anything or Mayegun is live. Barely 5%. Now see that number. That's like maybe, 5,000 people received notification that Mayegun is live or posted anything. The rest of you just search. Like, I've not seen Mayegun for a while. Let me go and search. I've not received notification all this while. Then you decide to go and search for me. Then you come across it. When did he make all this? I didn't see this. Or I didn't watch this. You get that now. So primarily it is controlled by them in that regard. So what that does is that it reduced visibility. When it does, the few that says it, and that's why the few of you that are here right now, clicking like, sharing, you are helping me. You are helping me to battle that because you are showing that you are here. You are actively engaging. So the algorithm will pick it over time. And I will just let everybody now see notification again. It's crazy, right? It is. But just an information to clear our minds. So that is why when my views got so reduced that way, it reduced the revenue and everything. And everything here is on budget. You get what I mean? So once you are short of what you are supposed to do, it's going to affect something for the next month. And here, you don't pay in arrears, you pay in advance. So every subscription, everything that needed to be paid for, just to make it all at least nice that we are doing right here, right? Actually cost money. So I'm cutting down though, like trying to cut cost. So every help actually really matters. So that's why we are where we are. Now let me take you to Kaduna after this Edo, right? There's something I actually wanted to say about that Edo stuff too. Even though Nigeria, they like to do things in such an abnormal way that they have normalized. The fact that you are all you are paying taxes in that place, and they are collecting taxes there. All it's going to take the government, in fact, which can also create jobs for real, is just for the government to set up a structure that mapped every property in the state. That is something that I don't know when they are going to do that. Okay, the Nigerian Postal Service, NIPOST, they are supposed to be like the US Postal Service. They are the ones who are supposed to do this geomapping of every state, streets, corner, close, drive, all those things captured in such a way that it will be easier to have, a postal system that can tell everyone, right, what you are to pay and for what. In the UK, we have something called the council tax. In that council tax, we have the one that is, the council tax is also meant for, waste collection and disposal, as well as water. So you pay for all of that. So you get provided water. You have your beans collected. So you have no reason to do fly tipping, like just throwing things out there. Now, a system that government puts in place, people will have to pay for it. Is that not what government does? Nothing about government is free. Government raises money, raises taxes for a purpose, and they encourage people to pay for them, and the service is delivered. In that regard, you don't need to be harassing or arresting anybody and cause the environmental sanitation day. It's crazy, right? And that is quite a sector that can generate a lot of revenue on its own, waste collection and disposal. Papa, I don't understand what is wrong with these guys, all right? Collect all this waste, buy trucks, privatize it if you have to privatize it. Unfortunately, they don't even have good roads. They don't, it's crazy. Infrastructure decay, all right, makes it more almost like impossible to do, but it's kind of easier, right? You have all the numbered houses, the streets everywhere, and you give them colored of kind of bins. You let them separate their bins. Those who are like bottles, the recyclables, you put them away. The trash that just you put them away, separate them. Trucks come, pick them up. If they have to pay for the bins, right? charge them, let them pay for it, provide it. Let every household have more than 2 massive bigger, bins. That will save all of this. But no, 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 no. We were supposed to clean our environment. Of course you have to, right? But when you clean your environment, where do you put the waste? Where do you dump the waste? You give it to these truck pushers to collect from you and go and dump somewhere, or you put them in your cars, and fly tape them somewhere that will end up where? In your drainages. Everything still lies with the government. As much as some of you will say, now people are very, very, nah, it is still the government. And that is why they have the sovereignty. Unfortunately, they were not really given the sovereignty freely, unfortunately. Right. In Kaduna, their NAFDAC, right, which is the agency that is there to regulate on food, drinks, drugs, and what have you, in order to remove all forms of counterfeiting that puts people's lives in danger. So they were in Kaduna, somewhere in Kaduna, where they found these herbal mixers, those who are making this agbo, and they have added it to their, their current working well, kind of. So here is what happened.
Cooking area where they are doing the cooking. This is the cooking area. This place is for cooking. This is to prepare the
Single concoction. Maybe this one has stayed for maybe a month.
This is a drugs. This is a food. What about? Kamu kuda aiki. Kamu kuda aiki. Yawa Sandi, lafiya nan. Sannu? Sannu ku.
There are so many of such that we are consuming. Again, everything still falls back to a failed system. Let's assume those people making herbal drinks. By the way, that place is called the Maraba Jos in the Gabi local government area of Kaduna State. All right, Maraba Jos. For those of you who are from Kaduna, you probably will know it, right? What they are doing inside that place, right? What is missing is the government agency regulating such, stuff. If you have a working system, and someone wants to be producing herbal drinks for medicinal or have you, all it's going to take is just for a government agency, reliable one, who is responsible for your own health and all that, right? It is just for them to take samples of the content they are about to make. But first thing first, health and safety. Where are these medicine or whatever herbal drinks are going to be produced? The environment, the equipment, the process of either cooking it or extracting the juice, and then the process of storage and all of that will continually not expose them to any form of health. I don't know. I'm not an health person, but you get what I mean. Like check all of that and give them a green light to go ahead and produce and then monitor them. With that, they will check and say, okay, it's safe for drink. It is safe for drinking. and it is safe for consumption because we have done all the tests. Remove all corruption, right? And those who probably don't fit into that standard never gets license to operate. And whoever does, they get life sentence. If they are found to be producing anything like that without their approval and all that, they get life sentence because they are putting people's lives in danger. They are risking or even killing people. That's how a working system works. So they will be forced to improve, right? They will be forced to improve on their own researches, to improve on their production, to improve in everything, because health and safety matters, right? But it is all, that is one out of maybe 100,000 people who are doing it. And the entire place is so saturated, right? With, right. Milady, Omolara, you are right. Everything again. You said that there was a governor who did that in Lagos. They gave them beans and people turned these supposed waste beans. They turned them into water containers. Again, government, responsible governments and their agents that are doing their job. I understand that's not how it works. So I'm just saying that where it works, right? You understand that, number one, why would you even use a bin, a waste bin as a water container? Like, are you mad? Do you get that now? So if the bin collectors, if they come and they found that the wastes from the building, from the house, are being bagged and just put aside, they will ask for their bins. If they said they have missed them, they will ask them to buy another one. Now, it's up to you. You can buy 5, 10 waste bins and turn them to your drums. That's your problem. Just make sure that you reserve the ones meant for waste collection. Where do people violate this? Papa is agency now. They must have a punitive sort of like measure, right? For anybody that violates something, like here in the UK here, right? If they give you your bin, your waste bin, which mostly will likely be free, and then something happen, maybe they steal your bin or it's damaged and you need another one. Baba, you go pay, but they won't charge you money that will cut your throat. No, it's just that, for example, now they may say you have to pay, for example, they may say you have to pay £70 or £75 to replace your bin. Now, that's £75 that could go into groceries, that could go into other things. Now, you know that without that your bin, waste bin, your bins won't be collected. And you know what that means, right? If your entire compound becomes so trashy, the council will write you. You will pay more for them to come and clean it up. So the choice is yours. When you look at all of that, Baba, you will keep your bin. You will protect it. You will even clean it yourself rather than, yeah? It all depends on those who are doing the job. Do you get that? People get away with a lot in that contraption because they think they can. And it seems that, yes, they can. But when you have a working system where everybody is doing their job and not looking out for any bribe or what have you, everybody will comply. Ask yourself, those who left Nigeria years ago and those who just left Nigeria with all this attitude of, big manism, anyhowness, right? Nobody they read those manual of the countries we are entering. Or did you see anybody who advised you when you got to UK or Canada or America? That in this place, you don't do anyhow. Nobody you see everywhere say, oh, more, I go have to behave myself. There is no manual. A working system, right, will automatically, right, sort you. If you can't fit in, Baba, you will see it now. You will always be in trouble. You either have to find somewhere else where lawlessness works. I'm just saying this. It's part of all the wishes that people have in mind when they talk about may Nigeria work. May Nigeria will be great again. I was like, come on, enough. So thank you very much, everyone, for your time. I appreciate all of you, and I'll keep appreciating you since this is our own temple. And more or less like we have so much that binds us together here, right? And therefore, I am not taking it for granted, okay? So thank you so much for your help. Thanks so much for joining. And indeed, if anyone feels like, yeah, okay, Mayegun or Richard and all that, of course, use the PayPal, buy me a coffee. You know, if you are living in the UK and you probably don't like all these online transactions and all that, you can also, you know, send a personal donation to Diaspora Radio International account. I will get it, every penny. So, thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And yeah, Gabby, Greg, maybe next time, I won't care the number of us here. We'll take calls soon in one of these evenings, okay? But until then, please don't stop watching Mayegun. I'll see you later. Good night. Totu, I got your message too. Bless you, Baba. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number 1.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number 1.
Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number 1.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number 1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number 1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number 1.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number 1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number 1.
Mayegun Diary, Diary Politico.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number 1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number 1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number 1.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number 1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.